Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart Tarot and welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today we're going to take a look at messages from your pet. I've done one recently, but I really like this topic and there were some people asking for more, so that's why we're here. As you can see, we have 5 different piles today and I'm going to show you the cards up close to help you decide which pile is meant for you. Also, there might be more than just one pile. So if you've seen your first message, you might want to go back to this part and there might be another message for you in here. So let's take a look at your options. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have this Malamute. This fluffy dog looking very cute with the light pink background. Then for pile number 2, we have maybe a Shih Tzu or a Maltese. Very cute outfit with its little, not sure what it's called, and its bow with the light purple background. Then we have this little cat. Maybe a British Longhair, something like that, with its glasses and a light yellow background. Then we have this Dachshund, or we call it a Tekel. I'm not sure if there are a wiener dog. There are a lot of ways to talk about this type of dog, with the light green background and its little t-shirt. And last but not least, we have the British Shorthair, or at least that's what it looks like, with its party hat and the blue background. So you don't have to pick a pile just because your pet has the same color or looks like this animal. You will just feel intuitively which pile has the message for you. Also, we're going to take a look at some confirmation that you're actually in the right pile. We're going to start with that. So just take a look at the beginning of each reading and you will know if this message is going to be for you or not. Okay, so let's take a look and let's see what message they have for you. Hello, my lovely pile number 1. If you picked the Malamute with the pink background, this is going to be your reading. And I'm gonna put it right here. So I want to start out with getting some confirmation, and I'm gonna use the tea leaf cards for that. I've used it in quite a lot of different readings as well, and it usually brings us quite some clarity about this pet. Oh, did not. The round cards are a little bit more difficult to shuffle, and I'm feeling like these cards needed to come out. We'll shuffle a little bit more and see if there is anything else. Okay. So we already have 4. And like I've said in many other readings, this is only half of the deck. So let me shuffle the other half and see what comes out of the other half as well. So just to make sure that we are getting the right messages, right? So there we go. I feel my ears clearing, like I'm at a certain height. You're going up in certain heights. It tends to happen to me every now and then, and I always think it's a very weird sensation. So there might be something about altitude. It might not. It might just be me today. I don't know. But let's take a look at these messages first. So these could be confirmation, or these might just be little messages that you already need to hear. So let's take a look at them. So the first one we have is Weeping Willow with family sorrow. So it might be that you currently are going through some family sorrow, maybe someone that you lost. You might know someone, or there is a pet that's named Willow. You might not write it in the same way, but it might be significant. Also, I'm thinking about like the Alaskan Malamute or the Huskies. They really howl, like an animal that howls. Something like that might be significant. But the family sorrow might be the most important message from this card. You might be going through some kind of loss within the family or some kind of sorrow regarding your family. So that's the first one. Not a very happy message, but I do think in that kind of situation, it is even more, how do you say that? More important to receive guidance and maybe some support from your pet, right? Next up, we have a rooster. So this might literally be a rooster that you're getting a message from if you have a rooster at home. Also, I'm getting this very masculine energy with the rooster. So this might be a male pet that is quite, how do you say that? He's quite masculine, yeah? We also have an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So maybe you are dealing with someone like that, and your pet just really dislikes them, and they kind of, I could see this rooster like picking at them when they come over, or like a dog always getting between the two of you because they really don't like this person. But yeah, your pet's giving clear signals about this person that's in your life. Let's take a look at the next one. We also have funnel, period of frustrations and lessons to be learned. So it might be that your pet is really frustrated at the moment. They might be dealing with some frustration, whether this is about that person or it might be about something else. Maybe you are feeling very frustrated, or you're going through a time where there are a lot of lessons to be learned. Take that one as it resonates. With the funnel, I'm also getting like there might be a pet that is doing agility, or what is it called? Like going through tunnels, jumping waters, some stuff like that. Let's see what else we have. We have skull, hidden secrets can harm you. So this might have to do with the sorrow. It might have to do with this arrogant or boastful person. There might be a secret that you're keeping that you might be better off telling maybe a family member. You don't have to tell everybody, but there might be someone close to you that might be able to help. But there might be something about a secret. By the way, you don't have to take all of these messages, but maybe one or two is significant, and that would mean that you're actually in the right reading. So it's not that if one message doesn't resonate that you're in the wrong reading, okay? Don't worry about that. There are just a lot of people watching, so we need a lot of messages to get that confirmation, right? Every situation is different. Let's take a look at the next one. We also have a money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So I'm getting a very specific message now. This might have to do with someone passing away and you inheriting that money. Maybe this skull has to do with that as well. Those three cards kind of give me that message. Also, there might be someone in the family that is quite arrogant, might be trying to claim certain objects that were from this person. But again, very, very specific very specific message that might not be for everybody. Also, with the money path, it might be that you might be getting some money in the near future. Maybe this will come through family, but it might also come in different ways. It might have to do with this secret that you're keeping. But yeah, I think that your pet is very excited for you having that money coming to you. We also have tiger. Doing something risky, taking a chance. Oh, wow. So this is forming like a real message, quite a straightforward message about you taking risks and learning the lessons on that path, but in the end receiving a lot of money from it. Also, this pet might look like a tiger, might have the striping like a tiger. This tiger and this rooster both have very assertive, very masculine energy. So this might be about you standing in your masculine power. You don't have to be a male by any sorts, but you just being maybe very driven, very assertive, maybe starting your own company, maybe starting your own side hustle, maybe just standing up for yourself, stuff like that. But yeah, it does look like there might be a risk that you might be taking that will end up giving you a lot of money. Or yeah, it might end up earning you a lot of money. Let's take a look at the next one. We also have Axe with forces working against you. So with this message, I could definitely see this arrogant person kind of working against you. Again, it doesn't have to be for everybody. You might be cutting some ties. Maybe that's why the axe is here. Or it might be helpful to just chop some wood just to get some frustration out. Maybe that's the force, like your own frustration is working against you. Something about that, getting out that energy might be helpful. So these messages could mean different things. Take the ones that resonate. Maybe you have an axe at home and that's the confirmation that you needed. But let's take a look at the next one. We also have Wishbone. A wish is granted. So we have a lot of positive energy, although there is some energy of someone like someone that might try and ruin things. I definitely see that whatever they're trying to do, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna hurt you. You will come out successful. You will persevere. Your wish will be granted. You'll be abundant. So a lot of positive energy coming from your pet. They have this great insight in your life, of course, and they might have a different perspective than you have because, yeah, they're a pet. And most of the times, they are a lot smarter than you think they are. So love that for you guys. Let's move on to some oracle cards. Maybe this message will continue on going about this thing that you're trying to create. Or, like we said, that family sorrow that is making it possible for you to inherit some money or maybe inherit some piece that's very important to you. But let's take a look. This could also indicate maybe it is the pet itself that passed away. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at some oracle cards, okay? So I kind of want only one from this deck. Well, that's not one, but I'm taking this one. But let's see what it says. We have Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. So the number 61 might be significant. Also, we have a rooster and we also have this turkey. So there might be something about like birds. Maybe something about Thanksgiving, something like that. But give with gratitude and grace. So I feel that you might be a very generous person by yourself. And I think that your pet sees that. And I think that it's going to come back to you. It's like there is some karma involved. You'll get some good karma. And that's why this wish is going to be granted, because you have always been kind. You're not this rooster type of person. You're very generous. You're very loving. And it might be scary to take that risk because you're not used to it. You might be scared because there are a lot of harsh people in the world. But it does look like you're going to be successful and you're going to be supported. Even though it might not just be a straight path forward. Let's take a look at the next deck. So the next deck is also one. Ooh, okay, yeah, we'll take that. I'll just shuffle anyway. I kind of wanted one, but we'll get to it. It's fine. So this is the Glow Oracle. It also has a lot of animals, and that's why I wanted to add it to the reading. Okay, there we go. So we have Peacock Flounder. So it's not a bird, but it does have a bird in its name. So I do think that's quite fitting, right? Like we said, we have the rooster, we have the turkey, and now we have the Peacock Flounder. So this is some type of fish. I have never seen it before. But authentic self and deception. So I do think it's very strange that we have another one with deception. Like we have this arrogant person, we have forces working against you, and we have deception. So I do think that there is a warning in here about someone that is not being very kind to you, maybe behind your back. Maybe someone that you might need to cut off. Your pet will show you who this person is. If they ever hang out at your house, you will know. Also, authentic self. So it might be that it has to do with you being your authentic self. Maybe you're kind of changing yourself to be more likable towards certain people. Maybe that's what it's about. I might want to grab the book to see what specific message that this card has. Let's take a look. Let me grab it. There we go. So, peacock flounder. Let's see if it's close. Yeah, there we have it. So there is a whole message about the animal itself, but that's not really what we want to look at. We're going to take a look at the message that it has for us, and that's the part in blue. I'm going to show you guys. Sometimes we judge a book by its cover before spending time getting to know what is inside. It may serve you well to dig a little deeper, to see the truth of a situation. This can be rewarding, as you may find wonderful, new and unexpected things. Alternatively, you may uncover details that give you pause, such as deception or bad intentions. You owe it to yourself to assess things carefully before leaping in. Perhaps you are holding yourself back. Are you afraid to step out and be your authentic self? It's time to let go of that. You will be supported and respected by those who understand you. Find the love within you and approach things authentically. Yeah, I guess that was what I was saying. So also with the message of the deception part, there might be someone that you want to involve in this thing that you're doing, but you might want to take a closer look at who they actually are. Like they might, their first impression might be a little bit more deceiving. But I don't think that's going to be for everybody as well. I just think that it might be really helpful to just show your true colors, be yourself. And that's going to help with this hidden secrets as well. Like not being yourself could be like keeping a part of you hidden. That could be the thing that's harming you with this message here. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not going all over the place. Sometimes my messages are very clear and sometimes I kind of lost the plot myself. Let's take a look at the next one. So we also have the polka dot tree frog with express yourself and out with the old. So I kind of feel like it's going with the same message of trying to really be your authentic self, expressing your true self, and maybe some things from your past, trying to cut them out, letting them go. Also, frogs are able to make big leaps, big jumps. So I could see this being a leap of faith that is working out for the better with the wishbone. That's giving you that money. And also just you finally showing the world who you truly are. Also, peacocks, like, although it's not the picture of a peacock, we all know that they can flaunt themselves and they look beautiful. But if their tail is all closed up, you might not even realize how beautiful they actually are. And I think that that's something that you might be doing as well. Like you're keeping yourself small just because you're afraid that people see those beautiful parts of you. And it might really be helpful to show that. And I think that's maybe that lesson that you need to learn. Like people are going to like you for who you are. And obviously your pet sees that because they see you in your natural habitat. They see you just hanging out on the couch. They see every single part of you and they still love you for it. So I love this message that they're with you. They want to protect you. They want you to succeed. They want you to trust your path, and they know that things are going to turn out just fine. Right? How lovely is that? I do have tarot cards, but I'm not sure which question we're gonna ask yet. Maybe what this is about, this money path. Like maybe some advice. Although we did have quite a lot of advice. So let me just shuffle the cards as I think about the question. Maybe if there is any quality that you have that could help with this path. Is there anything specific? Is there a specific quality you have, or is there a specific thing you do that's going to help? I don't know why that keeps happening to me today. I never have that happen. Dear Lord. There we go. So, pet from pile 1. Is there anything that they're already doing that's going to help them? So we already have this card coming out. We have the Page of Swords. So we have this huge pile of books. So I do think that you might be very smart, very intelligent. Maybe you are someone that before they do something, they do thorough research. They've seen you looking at stuff up online. Maybe you are really looking into books. You're asking for advice. Although I'm getting the message that other people's advice might not always be very helpful, I think you should trust yourself instead of just getting advice from other people that just kind of don't know what they're talking about. Also, I'm getting that you might intuitively get a lot of messages that you should trust. But sometimes it's very hard to trust, of course, because it's not something that's tangible. But yeah, you are smarter than you think. You have done more research than you thought you had. I'm getting that for the situation when it is about like inheritances, maybe something about the law, like you might get advice from someone that is a lawyer or something like that. You just getting information from someone like that is the part that's going to be really helpful for you. I do think this whole message could be about so many different things. Like I said, it could be about someone that passed away and it's about an inheritance. It could be about you starting your own career, starting your own business, and you're reading up on stuff. You're maybe still in college, you're still studying to become something, and it's like your pet's just cheering you on. They just want you to be yourself, and they want you to trust yourself. And maybe you feel like you are this little squishy teddy bear. I get that energy. Although you have this very lovely, kind energy, they don't want you to let other people walk all over you. They want to protect you from that, which is really nice. Okay, so let's get some advice. If there's anything they want you to do more of. Yeah, I love that. So we have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is all about your intuition. Trusting yourself, trusting the messages that you receive intuitively. Your pet wants you to trust those messages, and I am actually getting goosebumps. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see that. I'm getting goosebumps. So trust your intuition. You're getting so many messages from the higher realms. I think your pet is trying to send you messages psychically. They might also just send you very clear messages, growling at people or trying to push other people away, trying to be domineering about certain people, maybe just distancing themselves from people. But you're getting clear signs and messages, and I think it's just a matter of trusting them and taking action when you think the time is right. Don't worry about that. I love these messages. Wow. Did not see that coming though. So to end off this reading, I have this huge stack of postcards, and I just wanted to have some fun and see which postcard they would be sending you. Oh, wow. Okay. So that was quite quick. So we have the To Infinity and Beyond, Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. So maybe Toy Story is very significant. With the message To Infinity and Beyond, it might be significant as well. Like they just want to stay with you forever. Maybe even if they pass away, they're still guiding you. That's the message. Like whatever happens, they'll stick by you. There might be a message in the movie Toy Story. Maybe there is a name in the movie that is significant to your pet. But I really like this card to end off this reading with. So it's just beautiful and very fitting. So that brings me to the end of your reading. I really hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Give your pet a big hug from me because they just gave this beautiful message, and wow, I'm just happy to deliver this message. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, or maybe a, what is it? They have something new now. They can, I don't know what's it called, whatever. But it gives points, something like that. But yeah, have a nice day, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys! Hello my lovely pal number 2. If you picked this Maltese, this is going to be your reading. So we're starting out with some tea leaf cards to get a confirmation that you're in the right reading, or these might already just be messages that you might need to hear. And take the ones that resonate. Maybe not all of them are for you, okay? So there are a lot of people watching. Sometimes there are just a few that just don't resonate, and that's totally okay. So that's the first one. As you all might know, this deck is quite large, so I always use it in 2 pieces. This is the first half. Wow. The first half, and we'll use the other half in a second to get all the messages that we need from this deck. I do feel like it wanted to pop out. So that was part 1. This is part 2. We'll take a look at them in a second. You have not seen anything yet. It's always like there is a little bit of a sneak peek into the messages that we're getting, right? Let me know, by the way, if you prefer me shuffling during the reading, or if you'd rather have the cards already laid out and spare the time, right? Let me adjust that. There we go. So let's take a look at the cards. So the first one we have is Fly, a period of ill health or depression. So you might be dealing with a physical ailment, you might be dealing with mental ailments, for example, a depression or anxiety or stuff like that. Also, there might be a lot of flies in your house flying around you. That might be a confirmation that you're in the right reading. Take that as it resonates. I do have certain periods that there are just a lot of flies hanging around me. They could also be a sign of transformation. So it might be a sign that you're growing, that there's stuff happening, although it might not seem like it on the outside. We also have Rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. So it might literally be there is too much concern with sexual matters when it comes to your relationship with your person, of course not your pet. It might also be that you have a rabbit, and this is the confirmation that you have a rabbit and that they have a message for you. We also have another kind of white animal, so it might be that your pet is white. Again, take it as it resonates. Next up, we have October. So something might be happening in October, or last October something happened, or it is October right now when you're watching. While I'm recording this, it's still September though, so yeah, it could be that in a month something big is going to happen, and that's why this card is coming up already. Next up, we have Quill, Get Back to the Basics. Let me adjust the camera, by the way. So another white feather. So there is something significant about white, something white. Get back to the basics. It might quite literally be that you need to slow down, take things a little bit slower, focus on your basic needs. Don't try and do too much. Also, it might be that you might see feathers falling down, like out of nowhere. When you walk outside, you just see a feather floating down, something like that. I don't know, but I'm having some trouble with my speech right now. So it might be that you might be dealing with some throat issues. So for example, you might have a cough, or you have a blocked throat chakra. You're having some issues speaking your truth. You're keeping things to yourself that you shouldn't be keeping to yourself. You might need to share your opinion with people. Something about that. Take it as it resonates. Might not be for everybody. But I did need to mention that, and I do feel my throat just kind of getting a little better already. We also have gavel. Let me adjust that. Involvement with the law. So yeah, there might be a divorce going on. It might be that you're trying to purchase a house. You might be dealing with the law in different types of ways. Maybe there is a decision that's being made, whether this is you being the one that's making the decision or that's getting to make the decision, or it's that someone else is making a decision about something that you're involved in. I do get that message for some of you, like you're feeling quite helpless because you don't have a say, or maybe you feel like you don't have a say, something like that. Let's take a look at the next one. We have a vase with a secret admirer. Ooh. So your pet has noticed a secret admirer. So that's quite interesting. So it might be that there is someone in your neighborhood that has a crush on you, or it might not even be romantically. It might be that there is just someone that's really proud of you, and you just, they haven't said anything. Maybe this is your pet just being admiring of you. Take it as it resonates, obviously. There might be a very significant vase in your house that means a lot to you. Maybe this gavel is about an auction. It could be literally anything. I am gonna shuffle one more time because we have some space left. Of course, we're getting a ton of cards. Because they are all falling this way, I'm taking these as well. So we have October, but now we also have September. So for me, it's this month. If you're watching right now, it's going to be this month. It could just mean that September, October, November, these 3 months are going to be very, very significant. Maybe there's a lot that's going to change. But I do think it's interesting that we have all 3 of the months and they are consecutive. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye for that. Keep an eye out for that. We also have arrow, and it says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So I do think that this is for everybody, that you are on the right path. You might doubt yourself. You might feel very worrisome, very anxious with the fly, right? But you are on the right path. The things that are happening right now are happening for a reason, and it's all going to work out just fine. Although it might not always feel like that, okay? So I do think that September, October, November are going to be the months that you will see the effects of whatever you have been doing, or whatever this thing was. Things are going to get better, okay? Or the decision is going to be made in this month and it'll clear up. Things will get lighter. It will get breezier. Yeah. We also have teardrops. So yes, we have sorrow, we have anxiety, we have depression, we have a period of ill health. I do think that all of these go together. It might be just one specific thing that's giving you all this sorrow, frustration maybe. But I do think most of all, it's like just a deep pain that's there. And we have carrot. I do love that we have rabbit and we have a carrot. We have opportunity or a windfall. So there is a big opportunity coming, or there is a windfall coming. Like I said, there are some good things that are about to happen with this arrow and these 3 months. So if you're watching it right now, it could be really soon. If you're watching this in summer, you might need to wait a little longer. But as you can see, the carrot is growing in the ground. So you might not see it right now, but it's getting bigger and bigger. And when the time is right, you will find it and you can just pull it out of the ground and use it. Love that. So that's the message that we have for now. So I think that it doesn't have to be about your pet specifically. I just feel most of these messages are literally just about your current life. These teardrops might be about you losing a pet. Maybe that's what this is about. Maybe the pet is the one that's sick. Maybe you are the one that's sick. It could be interpreted in different ways, and it might be different for everybody. But let's move on to some oracle cards, or more oracle cards in this case. Let's start with this one. I just want one card from this deck. So let's see what they have to say. So pile two's pets. Is there any message that you have? Anything else you have for your owner? Anything else for your owner that we need to know? Any message we need to hear? Yeah, let's take that one. So the message that we have is the hummingbird spirit with the number 34, which might be significant, and be here now. So it's very important for you to stay in the present moment. And I can relate to this because I am a worrier. I am very anxious by myself. So that's why I'm doing these recordings and I'm not doing anything live. But be present. It doesn't help to be worrying about your future. It doesn't help to stay in the past and just keep on going over things that you cannot change. It's very important to stay in this present moment because it's the only time that matters. It's the only place where you can change things, you can do things. The past already happened, and the future, well, you'll have to wait until it's the now, right? So I think that your pet really wants you to know that they're by your side, they're helping you. And I do think that they're gonna help you stay present as well by playing with you, by maybe forcing you to take a walk outside, stuff like that. Also, you seeing hummingbirds might be another sign or confirmation that this reading is for you. But staying present is really, really significant. So let's take a look at some more cards. We have another oracle deck before we're digging into some tarot. So let's take a look. This is the Glow Oracle. Okay, that's the first. We have a cicada, and it looks really similar to the fly. So I do think that's quite interesting. We have Find Your Voice and Longevity. So I could definitely see this being about your health or about the health of your pet. There might be a message about that in here. Finding your voice. Speaking up. Maybe this finding your voice has to do with this law situation or with this decision that's going to be made. Maybe it's necessary for you to speak your opinion. Maybe we can read the book and see what it has to say. Let's see. With this deck, we have a lot of information about the cicada itself. Maybe you can pause the video and read it if you want to. But we are going straight to the message, and that's this blue part. So it says, find your voice and speak your truth. If something or someone has been holding you back, it's time to let that go. The idea that has been brewing for quite some time is ready to be heard. You are entering a time of resurrection and harmony. So there is that transformational part that we were seeing with the fly as well. No more lurking backstage. Step out and express yourself. Sing, laugh, and speak your mind. You may feel small in the grand scheme of things, but you are not. Cicadas also bring messages of hope, change, and longevity. If you have been questioning something in your life, fear not. This is a wonderful sign of great things ahead of you. And that's the message that we got with the arrow. the September, October, and November as well in the Kara. Great. How lovely is that? There are good things to come for you, even though it might not feel that way. Let's get one more, and then we'll start with the tarot. So is there anything else your person needs to know? Any other message you have for your owner? Anything else? There we go. So we have firefly. Oh wow. So even more about this little insect. Like we have the cicada, we have the fly, and now we have the firefly. Magic, new possibilities, and hope. Even more about hope. The other message talked about hope as well. So there are new possibilities coming. And like we said, even though it might feel like there is no way out with this law situation over here, it might feel like you don't have a say. It might feel like the other person is going to have the deciding power. I do feel like you have more say than you think. Also with magic, things will be starting to unfold in magical ways. Just watch. Just watch. Also, these beautiful fireflies, right? They light up the sky. I think that there is a path that's going to be created for you with little lights that you get to follow in the right direction. Just trust these directions. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's move on to the tarot. I'm using the Way of the Panda tarot. And I was thinking about getting one thing that you already do that's going to help you on your path, and one thing that you should be doing more of, that, or that could help you do more of, if you do more of it. So let's start with, what do you think pile 2 needs to do, or what do you think pile 2 already does that is really great and helping them? So we have the 5 of Wands. We see these pandas like fooling around. Like it's not really fighting, it's placating. It could also be like having little arguments or just rousals. I'm not sure how you say that. Like tug of war, or yeah, like when 2 dogs are playing, stuff like that. That kind of energy is what this is. So what I think is good is that you stir the pot sometimes. Maybe just voicing your opinion every now and then. Maybe not picking a fight, but at the same time you are, just voicing concerns or stuff like that. But you're not harsh about it. You're being soft with it. I think that's something that your pet thinks you're doing very well. Now let's take a look at something that you could be doing more of that might be helpful in your situation. So what could pile 2 be doing more of to help themselves in this situation, or in their current situation? Because obviously it's not the same for everybody. Let's take a look. What could they be doing more of? I guess they're just saying you're doing everything just perfectly, truly. Anything? Okay. So we have Death in reverse, which indicates that you might have trouble letting things go. You might be like, there is something that's quite inevitable that you're pushing away. Like maybe there is an ending that you're not ready for. There might be a relationship that's ending, but you're not ready to end it. Or there is a job that's no longer working for you that you're like pushing yourself to still go to. And I think that that's something that you could work on, and they think that you could work on, is letting that thing end. Letting it end. And I do think it's scary, but at the same time, it won't be as hard as you think it is, because it's the natural way of how things were supposed to go. And you pausing that or trying to stop that is just creating more friction, frustration, more pain. And maybe it's also causing this ill health or this physical pain or physical, how do you say that? Physical things. Yeah. So it's time to let things that need to end. Once that ends, new things can blossom. Yeah. So to end off this reading, we're gonna use these great cards. These are greeting cards, and I just wanted to get a card that your pet would send you if they could. So see this as a card in your mailbox coming from your pet. And the card that they chose is He's Her Lobster from Phoebe Buffet. And to be honest, I have no idea who this is, what this is. I might want to look that up. But what I do think is very cool is we have all these lovely hearts. But yeah, let me look that up. Give me a second. Oh my god, that's so cute. So apparently it's a way of saying that you are my soulmate. So your pet truly believes that they are your soulmate. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. You might get the reference, but I'm Dutch, so yeah, I didn't. But yeah, like, they want to show you a lot of love, and they're like, well, I'm gonna stick by you whatever happens. I'm your soulmate. Wow, cute. Adorable. So that brings me to the end of the reading. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you could definitely let me know. Give a little like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. It was so much fun to do this for you. And I hope to see you in one of my next readings. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pile number 3. If you picked this cute cat, this is going to be your reading. We're starting out with some tea leaf cards to get a confirmation that you're in the right pile. So maybe one of these messages is about you. Maybe there are more. Maybe there are already some messages that your pet has for you. So let's just take a look. As you might know, this deck is quite large, so I'm gonna shuffle it in 2 bundles. This is the first part. As you can see, there are a few that fell out. Now I'm gonna use the other one to see if there is anything else that we need to know. So, pet from pile 3, any messages for your owner that they know that they're in the right pile, or just messages that they need to hear. As you can see, there are quite a few cards that fell out. We're just gonna take them. Let's take a look. By the way, let me know if you prefer me shuffling on camera or off camera, because it does take up some time. I prefer to do it on camera, I think. But sometimes it might be useful to do it off camera just to be a little bit quicker. So the first card we have is Rose, with romance is in the air. So this might indicate that your name is Rose, your pet's name is Rose, maybe you recently received some roses, or literally there is romance in the air. So maybe you recently met someone new, maybe you're about to meet someone new, something like that. Okay, so take that one as it resonates. It could mean different things for different people. But there might be something about romance going on in your life, or something about a rose in your life. We also have Shield. You need to defend yourself. So there might be a shield. Maybe you're into like role playing, or you feel like you need to defend yourself. Something like that. Maybe your pet is very defensive of you. They might be your protector of some sorts. Something like that. Then we have Money Path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So there might be something about your career path, or something about just money that will be coming to you, whether it is like a windfall or something something else. I do think for most people, if this is about you, it's going to be career-wise, something about your career. Maybe you're getting a promotion or something like that, or maybe just changing things up, maybe looking for a new job. We also have axe, forces working against you. So there might be something about an axe, but I do think it's interesting we have the axe and the shield. So there might be some combative energy going on. I also know that Axe in Europe is a brand of deodorant, so maybe that's something significant. I'm not sure. But just know that you don't need to worry about these cards. So needing to defend yourself and forces working against you. I don't think it's like life or death or something like that. I just think that maybe you're on the path for a promotion and someone else wants the promotion, right? So there is just this combative energy of maybe two people wanting the same thing, or maybe this is about the relationship, like there is someone else that wants the same person. I don't think that anybody is going to harm you or anything like that. Like I said, it just feels like there is a little bit of a combative energy. Yeah, I think that's about it. Don't worry about it. That's the thing that needs to be clear. You don't need to worry. Nobody's gonna hurt you. But yeah, there might be a little bit of a ruffle or whatever. Then we have funnel with period of frustration and lessons to be learned. So you might be going through a period where you're learning some new things. This could be new skills. This could be learning from your past, learning from something not turning out the way that you wanted to. Maybe this frustration is about something not working out the way you wanted to. Like I said, it might be about this romance. It might be about this career thing. It could be both. It could be one of the two. But it looks like that's going to be some kind of topic here, that there is someone else involved and you're kind of catfighting it out. Let's see what else we have. We have diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift, which I love. I love that we have the money path and now we also have the diamond. What I also see is like the combination of a diamond and a rose. Like it's definitely like very love oriented. Could be someone proposing, obviously. I could see this being your partner trying to propose to you, but maybe their family or your family is not 100% behind it. But they're gonna push through anyway, or they're gonna do it anyway. It could be the gift, the money could be the gift that you're receiving. Maybe you are giving something yourself, but I think for most of you, it's going to be the receiving part of this card. Also, the name Diamond might be significant. Maybe your pet is named Diamond, or your name is Diamond. That might be another confirmation. We also have February. So the month February might be the month that you were born in or your pet was born in. Also, the month February might be the month where things will start to happen, or when you will receive this gift that we were talking about with the diamond. Maybe you're watching this in February, although I am posting it in September, so that could be another confirmation. Take the ones that resonate. You have 2 left. We also have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. So you might need to take a break, have some rest. Maybe this vacation is the gift that you're getting, that you're receiving. Someone is asking you to come with them on a vacation, on a trip. Maybe you are on a break, from your career, taking some time out to think what you really want to do, or just you needed a break. I love that this cat also is just very chill. They're wearing their glasses and they're just like really enjoying themselves. And I think that they're adorable. There we go. We have one left. Let's take a look. We have a wheel. And it says, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So it might be that you're feeling quite indecisive. Maybe you have two options and you're not sure what to do. Or you feel like you don't really have a purpose at this moment. You're kind of looking for purpose, trying to find your way. I could also see this being like a message about your car having a wheel that's where the pressure is off a little bit, or maybe you drove through glass, or something about a wheel that recently happened, causing you maybe to need to take a break, something like that. So there are a lot of different interpretations for these cards, but if there are a few of them that resonate with you, you are in the right pile. Also, there are a few of these cards that I also got in different piles. So if you feel drawn to one of the other piles, you might want to also check those out, okay? But let's dig into the rest of the reading. So we're going to start out with this oracle deck. It's the Animal Spirit Oracle, I think, or the Spirit Animal Oracle. It's one of my first decks. I really love this one, and I think it's always very fitting and to the point. So let's see what your pet wants you to know. So what do they want to tell you? Pet of pile 3, what do you want to tell your owner? What do they need to know from you? Is there anything specific they need to know at this moment? Do you have a message? There we go. Ooh, this is interesting. So the card that we have is the number 66, which might be significant. We have a white raven spirit with trust in the magic. And I love that this white raven looks like very wise. It could literally be like this spirit guide energy that we're seeing here. And this also makes me think of one of the previous piles. So if you were drawn to that one, you might want to check it out. But trust in the magic. So I do think that your pet knows that it's very important for you to trust your path, and that it's totally okay to feel indecisive about your path. If you feel like lost, if you're not sure what your purpose is, you need to trust that when the time is right, you will know. And it's about the journey. It's not about the end location. I'm not sure how to say that. It's like your path is the thing that's important about your life, the lessons you learn along the way, but it's not about the destination. I think that's the word I was looking for. It's not about the destination. The destination could be great, obviously, but it's about the lessons you learn along the road. It's about the roadblocks ahead, working through them, the satisfaction you get from like achieving those goals, those little things along the way. And I do think that that's with this money path, like you're working towards great things, but it's important for you to also just enjoy where you're at. And with Trust the Magic, I feel like maybe some very beautiful things will appear in your life, but these things might not be visible yet. And I do feel like you're in some cocoon stage with this shield energy. It's like you're in a cocoon, and maybe you are at a period in time that you're quite fragile. So you need to protect yourself. Your pet feels very protective of you, because you are gaining momentum and the energy is building, and something will be coming up in your life pretty soon, probably around February. So let's move on to the next oracle deck. This is the Glow Oracle, which also has a lot of animals. I thought it was fitting for this reading. I've not had it very long, but I do love the imagery. So let's see if there's anything else your pet wants to tell you, if there's anything about the themes that we've seen already, if there is something completely new. So we already have our first one. We have the Mandarin duck, which is very cute. So You might live in an area where this bird lives locally. But we have fertility, calmness, and emotional balance, which is beautiful. So this money path, it might have to do with fertility. Maybe you are trying with your partner to get pregnant and you're not, it feels like it's just not happening for you guys, or maybe you are in the early stages of pregnancy and you need to like stay with yourself a little bit. You feel very protective over your pregnancy because it's all like very early. So maybe that's what's going on. But let's read the book for this one, because I am curious to see what it has to say. I also love this beautiful duck, and I think it's very cool that we have 2 birds already. We are going to shuffle this deck one more time to get another card. So we'll see what animal that will be. Here we go. So if you want to read the whole text, because it has a lot of information about the bird itself, you might want to pause the video, but we are going straight to its message. And that's this blue part over here. So let's see what it says. You are entering a fertile time. This doesn't necessarily mean fertile in the physical sense. It could also indicate that you have ideas beginning to hatch and grow. It's a happy time for you, so have some fun. When a new idea or opportunity presents itself, act on it right away. You are being divinely inspired. That magic, right? If you feel emotionally off balance, imagine yourself floating in calm waters, the way the mandarin duck drifts gently across a pond. To get yourself in the right energetic space, practice writing affirmations or even start a gratitude journal. Allow yourself to feel whatever emotion you are experiencing and then turn it into something to learn and grow from. So I love that message. Like I talked about, that cocoon, the feeling of you being in a cocoon, the energy building, divine inspiration coming to you. Like we said, maybe you're feeling indecisive right now. You feel like you don't have a direction. I feel like that divine inspiration is going to come down and send you off in the right direction. We can see this wind blowing as well. Like they're whispering words into your ear, telling you the message you need to hear. But with the hammock, it's very important for you to embrace the stage that you're in right now. You might be in this pause energy, and you need to really pause. It doesn't help that if you're not ready, if you're going to push yourself, you're just going to get nowhere. It's just going to cause a lot of frustration. So take your time, rest, have some fun, and trust that when the time is right, you will get this inspiration and it will propel you forward. Love this message for you guys. Let's see if there is anything else they want you to know. So let's see if there is anything else. Is there anything else you want to tell your owner for pile 3? Anything else you want to tell us? Anything else? There we go. What's that? It looks kind of crazy. So we have the sea mouse. Never seen it before. It looks kind of strange. With mouse, I love that we have like the cat and the mouse. So that's pretty cool. Also, goosebumps again. So we have the card resourceful and inspiration. And we just talked about this inspiration, right? It's important to have some rest, enjoy yourself, and inspiration will come when the time is right. So this is just confirmation of what we're talking about. Like, you are more resourceful than you think, and this inspiration will come when the time is right. I think that you have everything that you need. It's just a matter of trusting the process, trusting yourself, and know that when the time is right, your inspiration will come and you'll be ready to launch. You will be ready to move forward on this path and to manifest whatever you're trying to manifest. Whether this manifestation is about money, it's about love, it's about literally having children. Trust that whenever the time is right, you have everything you need and it will come. You will feel the need to do specific things when you need to do them. You might not even know what you need to do, but you will feel drawn to specific things. But I think for now with the hammock here, it's very important for you to take some rest. Like I said, it doesn't help to push yourself if it's not the right time. And with the forces working against you, I think it's more so that you feel like the forces are working against you. But the thing is, it's actually you working against yourself, because you're not taking the rest that you need. You're like trying. I feel like you're like, you have the turtle and the rabbit, right? The hare. If you try and go very, very fast, you're just gonna tire yourself, and there are gonna be hurdles, and you're gonna be slowed down anyway, because everything will happen in the right timing. So you'll be better off by taking things slow, taking some rest, because in the end, it's gonna happen when it needs to happen. So just try and enjoy yourself and slow yourself down and trust the process. I mean, I think I'm repeating myself a lot, but I think that's the message here. So we're gonna move on to some tarot, and we're gonna ask your pet which attributes you already have that are going to help you in this process. So let me try and shuffle this deck. This is the Way of the Panda Tarot. I really love this tarot deck. It has cute little pens on it, obviously. So let's see. There we go. So what does pile 3 already do? What's helping them on their path? What's something they already do that's helping them out? Okay. There we go. So the card that we have is the Fool. And I love that we have this panda, and we also have this little friend. So this is like you and your pet, right? Trying to start a new journey. So this might indicate for you guys that you recently decided, like, I'm gonna change my life, I'm gonna change things up, I'm going to try something new. This could be like just always having a beginner mindset about things, always willing to learn, always like just being fresh when things start. Like I said, it could literally be that just you're starting to do something new. But it really shows you just starting this whole journey. Maybe it's a new chapter of a journey that you're going to start. But I think that it's mostly about you deciding that you want something else for yourself and just starting. But like I said, it's important for you guys to not push too hard, not go too fast, take your time. You're not gonna mess things up by taking it slow, taking your time. If something is meant for you, it will come regardless. And what the thing I love most is that you have this little bag here with everything that you need. So you're traveling lightly, you take the things that you need, and you're leaving behind the things that you no longer need. And as you can see, you're taking your little friend, and you're taking all the things that you have learned along the way so far. And you have this beautiful party hat. So I think that you have the right mindset as well. Like, you're trying to take things lightly. You're trying to have some fun, like we talked about with the Mandarin duck, or maybe you will be in the future. But yeah, you have the courage to start this new thing, and I think that's just beautiful. And I think that your pet thinks that's beautiful too, and they are happy to go along with you. They're excited for this journey. So let's see what's something that you might do more of. So something that you should be doing more of to help you on this path. If there is anything your pet sees that you're not doing yet, but that might be really helpful. So what could pile 3 do more of to help them on this journey? What should they be doing more of, or is something that could be helpful for them on this journey? There we go. We have the 7 of Cups, and almost throwing all the cards on the floor. So with the Seven of Cups, I think it's pretty clear. So we have all these options over here. So the message that I'm getting is keep your mind open. It's not one path that leads to Rome. There are a lot of different options. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't force one specific way on yourself. And trust that you will get where you're supposed to go. And you will get what you're supposed to get. And I think that what you're supposed to get is very beautiful and it's very abundant. So you don't need to worry about things not working out, because it's always working out for you. You will learn what you need to learn. You have your beautiful companion along the way, and you will be successful in the end. So keep on dreaming. Keep your mind open and see what beautiful gifts the universe will give to you. Because there are a lot of good things coming. Clearly, because we have all these beautiful cards already. So that was what they wished you do more of. Now I want to end this reading off with a postcard. So these are postcards with messages on them. I have a lot of them. So I'm going to shuffle these, and this is going to be a message from your pet. If they could send you a postcard, this would be the postcard they would send you. So let's take a look. Which card would you send your owner if you could? So let's just pretend they're sending you this one in the mail. Ooh. Okay, so the cards fell on the floor, and I have my eye on one specific one. It's turned around, so I cannot see which one it's either. But let me grab that. So I got it. Let's take a look at it together. So we have Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones with "You Can't Always Get What You Want." And we have this big tongue, right? So I think this is kind of a comical message. I can hear the song, obviously, in my mind. So I feel like if you're not getting something that you always wanted, there's a reason for it. Like you might be, like I said, it's not just one road that leads to Rome. You might be really set on one road, but it might be necessary for you to take the other one. And I think that your pet just is kind of laughing with you. It's like, don't take life too seriously, and don't get stuck on this specific thing, because you will get way better thing. You will get way more. You will live this beautiful, fulfilled life, but there might just be this one specific thing that you're not getting, and that's just because you're being protected. It's not the universe working against you. It's actually them protecting you, because you deserve better. So yeah, that's the message that we got here, okay? So that brings me to the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed. If you want, you can always leave a little like or a comment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you might as well do so. You can watch other pet readings, or if there was another pile that resonated with you or that stood out to you, you might want to watch that one as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys. Hello my lovely pile number 4. If you picked this cute little dog with its sweater, this is going to be your reading on messages from your pets. So we're starting out with some confirmation that you're actually in the right pile. Keep in mind that some of these might be resonating with you, some of them might not. There might be messages in here that they already want to give you, so it might not have happened yet, but it might come in the future. And there might be different interpretations for the cards. So I'm gonna try and give you all the interpretations that I see. But if you have another interpretation that I have not said, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that I didn't see them, okay? So let's take a look at what we have for you guys today. So let's Damn, what was that? Let's get some confirmations that you're actually in the right pile. Everything that flipped, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna shuffle this deck one more time. I feel like there are a lot of people that picked this pile because there are so many cards falling out already. So many cards, dear Lord. I'm gonna use the other half of this deck now to get all the messages that we need. So let's take a look if there's anything else. Thank you. Any other messages? Yeah, I think that's about enough because we need to save some space for the other cards, right? There we go. So let's take a look at what they have to say. By the way, I don't know what happened, but my whole decor has moved. So let's take a look at your cards. So the first one we have is harp with great happiness. So you might play the harp, or maybe you are feeling very happy in general with life at this moment. But let's see what else we have. Keep in mind, if it doesn't resonate at this moment, it might come in the future, or it might just not be the message that you need right now. Let's take a look at this card. The next one is broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So you might recently came across a broken bridge. Maybe this is like trying to make amends with someone and them not accepting your apology. Maybe literally there is an unsuccessful outcome to a problem that you have, trying to resolve things and it didn't work out. So yeah, take that one as it resonates. Then we have elephant. So you might have seen an elephant recently. You might have went to the zoo, or it might be the message of a long journey that you're taking. Either physical or mental will leave you wiser at the end. So you might be on this long journey. I think most people that watch tarot are on a long journey, which is the journey of the soul. We're trying to raise our vibration, to heal our traumas. So I think for most people this could be resonant. But I feel if you pick this pile, it's probably because you are putting more awareness to this journey. Maybe just like you might just see yourself as someone that's walking that path of maybe enlightenment, just raising your vibration, being better, being a better person, doing better. It might be that this is more of a physical journey. You're trying to get healthier. It's a health journey. It could be a lot of different journeys. Maybe you recently moved to a different country, to a different town. But yeah, there is a lesson for you here. So that's beautiful. Let's see what else we have. We also have Vine. Let me adjust the camera. Seek out information that will help you. So maybe you are reading books, maybe self-help books, maybe you're watching readings to get some guidance. For example, the one that you're watching right now, right? We're doing this to get some guidance, some information. So it might literally be a message for you to look up more about your journey. Maybe you want to do some more research. Vine, if I remember correctly, there was a app or something like that called Vine, right? So maybe there's something about that app. Maybe that was the start of your journey, going on Vine, receiving some information that changed the way that you think about life, something like that. Like I said, there could be a million different interpretations of these cards. Take the ones that resonate. We also have Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps. Literally every reading I've done so far, I'm getting goosebumps. But the elephant and the torch, literally, we're talking about this spiritual enlightenment, you being on this path of becoming more aware, becoming higher vibrational. stuff like that. So I do feel like this is the group that is putting in the work, putting in the effort, trying to evolve, which is lovely. We also have Crown. Let me adjust the camera. There we go. Honor and respect will come to you. So there might be something about your crown chakra. Maybe you are trying to become more psychically aware. This is a message that you will get there. Also, there might just be some honor and respect coming your way. Maybe you recently received some, how do you say that? Like people recognizing your work for what it is, or just recognizing how hard you have worked in general. But you will reap the rewards of your hard work. That's the message that I'm getting here. So I think that your pet also realizes that you are doing great. I think that they want to give you a little pat on the back for what you have done. They're very happy to be with you, encouraging you, being your little companion, doing life with you. We also have a younger woman. So maybe you are this younger woman, or you have a relationship or a friend that with a young, how do you say that? So you have a relationship with a younger woman, or you have a friend that is this younger woman. She might have black hair, but she doesn't have to have black hair. So there might be a younger woman involved recently. So this might be your girlfriend. This might be a friend. But there is something about this woman. Again, like I said, it might be specifically for some people, this younger woman. It might not be for everybody. Here. We also have Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So maybe you are becoming the teacher. You might have been the student for a very long time. Now that you have learned your lessons along this journey, you are becoming this help yourself. So you might become a mentor, a teacher, a guide, which is lovely. You should be so proud of yourself. And I really I am really honored to work with you guys, because you're gonna have a big influence on a lot of people. Even the small things you do will have a big ripple effect on other people in this world. So, goosebumps again. Yeah, so this is so beautiful, and I'm not the one to be very emotional or anything like that, but I am just really proud of you. And I think that that's the key message here, that your pet is really proud of all that you have done and how far you have come. I don't know if you guys can see, but literal goosebumps, and I feel like I'm gonna cry, but I don't wanna. So the next one we have is Ram. So this is a Capricorn, right? So there might be someone that is a Capricorn that you've been dealing with, or we have a stubborn, aggressive person. So this younger woman might be quite stubborn. They might be a Capricorn. I think mostly stubborn. You might be dealing with a lot of people that kind of you might rub people the wrong way, because you're, how do you say that? You're activating things in them, the trauma within them, and that's why they get a little frustrated with you. You're being yourself, which is great, but some people just take it the wrong way. And it doesn't have anything to do with you doing something wrong. It's just that their stuff needed to get activated for them to move through that energy. So don't take it personal when people out of nowhere just get angry at you, they are frustrated or anything like that. That's that helping hand. You're helping them by activating those things within them so they can see them and they can let go of it. But they might just not like it very much. Okay? And the last one we have is 4-leaf clover. Ooh, cute. So we have great good fortune. So yes, you are attracting the good things in life. You are getting great fortune, great karma, because you're walking your path. You're working your soul path, your purpose, and you're helping other people. You're becoming this mentor, which is just beautiful. I'm gonna put it right up here. There we go. So let's move on to some oracle cards to get messages from your pet. So let's start with the Spirit Animal Oracle and see if there's anything specifically your pet wants you to know, if there is any message for you. And then we'll move on to some more oracles. So pet of pile 4. I love that. We have pile 4 and the 4-leaf clover. What do you want to tell your owner? Is there anything specifically you want to tell them? What do you want to tell your owner? There we go. Let's see what the message is over here. We have Turkey Spirit with give with gratitude and grace. The number 61, so the number 61 might be significant. I'm debating whether I should pick out the book, but I do think this message is very self-explanatory. Give and you will receive. It's the law of karma. I feel like it's very important for you to not hold back your energy, not hold back things you might want to say out of fear of rubbing people the wrong way. I think that you should just be yourself, be authentically you, and don't worry about the consequences. As long as it comes from the right place, as long as it comes from your heart, you can't do anything wrong. That's very important at this time. So the response people have to you doesn't have to do with who you are. It has to do with their own stuff, okay? So keep on giving, keep on being you, and know that you're still attracting good fortune. You're still doing things the right way. Don't doubt. Even, like we said with the unsuccessful outcome, even if people just don't respond the way that you expect or the way that you want, know that you're doing the right thing. Let's move on to the next deck, because I think the message is quite straightforward, and I don't want to keep on prolonging the reading for no reason. And we have a little more to go, right? So let's see if there is anything else your pet wants you to know. Is there anything else? Is there any other message you have for your owner? Anything else you want them to know? Anything else? So I'm gonna pick the bottom one, and I feel like the top one as well. So we'll have both. Let's take a look. And I feel I'm gonna read only one of the two from the book, and I felt like the bottom one was the one that needed to be read. So we're gonna take a look at that one first. So we have the gulper eel with perseverance, resilience, and stay alert. So this looks quite scary, I must say. But perseverance and resilience. So I do feel like you are quite resilient with this path. But we also have stay alert. So I'm wondering what that's going to be about. Let's take a look at the message. Let's see. It's alphabetically, and sometimes I really have to think about where in the alphabet it is. But that's fine. There we go. So I can show you the whole page. I'm not going to read everything. You might want to pause and read the whole message. But we are going straight to this blue part. Let's see. That's the message that it has. So it says, tapping into your masculine energy is something that will serve you well right now. Resilience, perseverance, and commitment to a strong forward direction will take you where you want to go. If you encounter obstacles along the way, you will swim right through them. Are you feeling like you may have bitten off more than you can chew in some aspect of your life? Don't be too concerned with that. You've got this. The gulper eel may also be alerting you to the possibility that someone is trying to lure you into a dangerous situation. Keep an eye out for people or situations that may cause you harm. So I don't necessarily resonate with the last part of the message for you guys. I do think it's always great to stay alert, to stay in the present moment, and to keep an eye out, especially because we had this younger woman that's kind of stubborn. But what we do see is that you have this forward momentum and that you're at a great place at this moment. You are the one that can just move forward, move ahead, and things will turn out quite all right. Even if you feel like you're doing you have moved on a little bit too fast or have bitten off more than you can chew. So that's great. There we go. So that's one message. Let's take a look at the other card that I got for you guys. We also have this wombat, which is pretty darn cute. Home sweet home and appreciation. So, goosebumps again. But I already talked about your pet really appreciating you. Just really feeling happy in your presence. They're just so proud of you, of all that you've done, all that you're gonna do. And I think that they would like a big hug from you. But yeah, they just want to show you that they're very happy to be with you. You are their home. They feel safe with you. I think that you're taking great care of them as well. And they really like that. And I think that they're perfectly comfortable just laying on the couch with you, just enjoying themselves, snuggling up together. So that's that message. Now I want to start with some tarot. We're going to create some space. So we're going to take a look at one thing that you're already doing that's going to help you on your path, that you should be doing more of, or that you could just really benefit from. And then we're going to take a look at something that you might want to do more of to help you as well. So we're starting out with something that you're already doing that will help you, or that your pet feels might help you. There we go. So let's take a look. So pile 4. For pile 4, what are they already doing that's helping them on their path? What are they doing well that's going to help them move on their path? What should they be doing more of, or what should they stick to doing when it comes to their journey? I feel like being patient is one of them, because it's taking a while for the card to come out. So you being patient might really help you on your path, not pushing forward, anything like that. We have the Magician. So you are this beautiful, powerful creator yourself. You are the one that has all the tools and all the power to create the life that you want. And I think you realizing that you have this power is very important, and it's something that you should stick to. Beautiful. So you are this great manifester. You are manifesting your own reality. You are in full control of yourself, of your life, or at least you feel in control. And you should keep that feeling of being in control, and realize that if any outcome doesn't turn out the way that you want, things will turn out for the better regardless. You have the power, you have everything it takes to get this great life, this great fortune, and great happiness. We also have that one over here. So what should you be doing more of? Is there anything that you might want to start doing? Or, yeah, I guess that's the card that needed to come out. There we go. So we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is one of travel, is one of planning, maybe having a higher perspective of the current situation. So you might want to keep a bird's eye view of things sometimes. Like, instead of being in the middle of it, you might want to look from above it at the situation. Like I said, it might be about planning. You might need to plan things out. You might want to be a little bit more proactive, not just going with the flow, the very feminine energy, but being more in your masculine energy and planning, doing, action, forward energy, like we saw with this gulper eel. So I think that's the main message here that your pet has for you. Like, it might be helpful to not just go with the flow, but to actually start like writing down a plan, sticking to the plan, to help you move forward even quicker, maybe with a little less uncertainty, a little less stress. There we go. So last but not least, I want your pet to send you a little postcard with a message. And I have a stack of postcards here, and I'm gonna shuffle these and we're gonna see which one they would send to you. So let's take a look. What postcard would you send your owner if you could? And have fun with this one, because that's what I wanted. Wait, they're quite hard to shuffle though. So let me try again. So which postcard would you send your owner if you could? Okay. I think you guys got two. One fell on the floor and the other one is right here. So let me grab the other one from the floor. There we go. So we're gonna start with one from the floor. I don't know why, but I feel like it. So that is this one. We are drowning in information while starving for wisdom. E.O. Wilson. I'm not necessarily sure what it means, but you might figure this one out and let me know in the comments what they really mean with it. So I do think that it might be a message that we're looking for deeper meaning. Like I said, with the message about the enlightenment part, like there is so much information available to us, but it's not a lot that has meaning. We're looking for deeper meaning of life. And that's what you're yearning for, this wisdom with the elephant. It's not just about random information. That's the first one. Let me put it right here. And then we have Dance First, Think Later from Samuel Beckett. So you might want to dance some frustration out. You might want to dance some energy out. Or maybe you might want to dance to just gain some energy. Dancing is really helpful. Maybe you want to dance with your pet. They want to dance with you. They want to have some fun. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there was another pile that you felt drawn to, you might want to check that out because there are some similar messages in there. If you want to, you could definitely give me a little like. That really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys! Hello my lovely pile number 5. If you pick this British short hair cat, this is going to be your reading on messages from your pet. So we're gonna start out with some tea leaves. As you might know, this is a huge deck, so I'm gonna shuffle them in 2 parts and get the messages that we need. Keep in mind, there are a lot of people watching, so if there are 1 or 2 of these cards that resonate with you, that is enough to know that you're in the right pile. You don't have to resonate with all of them. There might just be messages in there that are of things that are still to come. We'll just have to wait and see. But just don't worry too much about whether you're in the right pile. You will feel it when things are right for you, or you will just feel like, yeah, no, this is clearly not for me. Okay, there we go. So that's the first half. And we're gonna look at them one by one, so keeping them there for now. Now let's take a look at the other half. By the way, you are the last pile, so I have a little bit more knowledge about the previous piles. If you felt drawn to any of them after watching this, you might want to check those out. There are some similarities between the piles, But first, let's get into your reading, right? So is there anything else for pile 5? Any other messages that we have not received before? Okay. I don't want to take them all though. So let's see, that one, and the rest. I saw this one as well. We'll keep those. So let's take a look. The first one we have is scissors with disappointment in some affair. So you might be dealing with some disappointment currently. There might be some ties that have been cut. So a friendship that did not end well, a relationship that didn't end well, a career that maybe you applied for a job that you didn't receive. There might be something about scissors. Maybe your pet really dislikes their nails being cut or something like that. Have fun with these and take them as they resonate for you. Let's take a look at the next one. We have a rose. Romance is in the air. So it could literally be about this romance that didn't go the way that you wanted to. This might indicate that there is someone new coming your way. Maybe someone named Rose is significant. Maybe you literally bought some roses that you were cutting and putting into some water. Like I said, a lot of interpretations possible. I always try to mention them all, but of course there might just be some that I've missed. We also have a wreath with sorrow over a loss. So this could have to do with this. I'm gonna put them next to each other. This might have to do with this disappointment, someone that just left your life. It could be the passing of your pet. It could be the passing of someone significant in your life. It could be a loss of a relationship that you really cared about. A lot of possibilities here. We also have flute with disappointment in a friend or a lover. So we have a lot about disappointment. We have a lot about sorrow over a loss. We have a friend or a lover. So again, we have both possibilities. So there is a big emphasis on a loss of someone, and it might be literally, it might just be physically. How do you say that? Like, it might be the passing, or it might just be energetically that you don't match up anymore, and this someone just decided not to want to be friends anymore, or just decided that they needed to move, something like that. We also have bag. Let me adjust the camera so you guys can watch it with me. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. That's what I said, right? Like I said, it might be disappointment about a job that you didn't get, or a raise that you wanted but you didn't get. So there is some kind of disappointment currently in your life. There was something you wanted, or a relationship that you wanted to keep that you lost. We also have January. So maybe January is a month where something significant has happened, or something significant will happen. Something significant about January. It might be that your pet was born in January. It might be that you were born in January. A lot of different options. Let's take a look at the next one. We also have pig. Beware of greed. So maybe you were quite content just the way that you are, and you just kept on wanting more. Or this greed has to do with this person that we were talking about, this lover that you lost, or this friend that just, like, we have a saying, I think it's in Dutch, where they ask for a hand, but they grab your whole arm. I think that's it. Like, you want to give a piece, but they're just taking everything from you. So maybe that was the situation that was going on. With the pig here, someone might have been acting like a pig. Or your pet is a pig that is giving you advice. So I could see this kind of looks like a bull terrier. Also, I could see this being a French bulldog that's giving you advice. Like, they always snort a little bit. I have 2 French bulldogs myself, so I can really resonate with just someone being a pig. The noises that they make sometimes, right? or they have this pinkish skin, something like that. Like I said, a lot of possibilities once again. We also have haystack. So it could be about horses, or pets that live on a farm. So we have karma. You will reap what you have sown. So this could indicate that this person that hasn't been very kind will get their karma. So you don't have to worry about that. Or this, how do you say it? This disappointment came from maybe you not being 100% within integrity out of fear, for example. A fear of loss, a fear of being misunderstood. Take this one as it resonates. There is no shame in making mistakes. That's how we learn. So just know that I would not judge you, and I think a lot of people here wouldn't judge you for maybe sometimes making some questionable decisions. What also stands out is this long nose here. It's like the Pinocchio nose of lying or maybe being a little bit dishonest. So this could be about you. This could be about this person. Maybe that's why you feel disappointment about someone being dishonest. They get their karma. You had to cut them off, although it did give you some sorrow or grief about the loss of this connection. It might have to do with your partner. Maybe you recently broke up with someone that cheated or something like that. Take it as it resonates. And we have dogs. So yeah, this might literally be your pet dog, right? The message is protection from a powerful friend. So maybe your pet wants to protect you from this person. But again, take it as it resonates. I do feel like in general you are protected. So you not getting the job, you not staying in touch with this person is a form of protection from the universe. So it might feel painful at this moment, but know that it's for the better. That's what we're seeing here. There we go. So let's move on to some more oracle cards. I'm going to use this Spirit Animal Oracle to get the first message. I've had this one since I started doing tarot, and I really enjoy this deck. I love the way that the cards look, and I love the messages that it gives us. So let's see if your pet has another message, whether it's a message that goes on with the message that we were getting from these tea leaves, or it's something completely new. So pet from pile 5, what message do you have for your owner? What message do you have for them? Is there anything you want to tell them? Anything they need to know? Any message? There we go. Okay. So what I think is crazy is that we have a snake, right? So we have the number 55, which might be significant. I'm getting 2 messages. I'm getting the message time to heal, literally, like you're in need of healing from this loss, from maybe not getting the job, maybe losing relationship, maybe just a friend that stabbed you in the back, right? It's time to heal from that, but also with this snake, that this person was a snake. So I think that you were protected by letting this situation go. It would have bitten you in the back anyway, if it kept in your life, it stayed in your life. So it's actually a good thing that you did not get the job, you didn't remain friends, you lost the relationship. It's for the better. Trust that. It might not feel that way, but it is. And it's time for you to heal from this, and you will come out better, and you will get your good fortune, because that's what you deserve. With this rose specifically, like if it was about romantic relationships, someone better will come your way. Yeah. So it's time for you to heal from whatever this situation was. Now let's move on to the next oracle deck. This is the Glow Oracle, and it has even more animals, but it also has animals that I didn't even know. They just have some cool features, and that's why they're in this deck. This is one of my newer decks, but I really enjoy it as well. So let's see if there is any other message that your pet has for you. So for pile 5, is there anything else you want your owner to know? There we go, that's the first one. And I also want one more. Is there anything else? I feel like this one. There we go. So let's start with the first one. We have dinoflagellates. I think that's how you pronounce that. Make some waves and raise your vibration. So these are some very, very small, I think micro flagellates. So it's like a, how do you say that? I'll show it in the book. Let me show the book, because that's going to be way better than me trying to explain something. Where is it? There it is. They are, what's it called? Organisms. Just very small organisms that give off a very cool color. That's it. Words are hard. I don't know why. So if you want to read more about these flagellates, you might want to pause and read a little bit about them. I am going straight to the message, which is this blue part over here. So let's read that together. So it says, get out into the sunlight and charge yourself up with some warm, nourishing light. Absorbing the sun's ray will inspire you and reconnect you to your inner guidance. It will also charge you up with some much needed vitamin D. During the evening hours after the sun has set, recharge yourself in the glow of the moonlight and soak in its intuitive guidance. Reconnecting with this natural light will help you align with your own inner light. Once you're all charged up, it's time to make some waves. If you feel you've gone unnoticed before, this won't be the case for much longer. Your sparkle is infectious and can light up an entire room. You have natural abilities to lift the vibration of any space with your positive presence. That's beautiful. So there is a need for you to get outside more, whether it is going outside in the sun, soaking up that vitamin D, or going outside at night time, like just enjoying the calm, soaking up that moon energy, getting some guidance, stuff like that. So I think that is a big part of you trying to heal. It might be necessary for you to get outside more. And I think that your pet wouldn't mind to come along with you. Whether this is a dog that likes to go on a walk, or it's your cat that just lives outside naturally, that will just stay with you on your path while you take this beautiful walk, or just sit outside, soak up that light. So that's the first message we have. We also have the fan-throated lizard. Lead with the heart, imagination. So I do think that you are someone that is very loving and that leads with the heart. Sensing your energy, you're definitely not this pig person. You're definitely not this lying bastard. Sorry to say. But yeah, you should keep on leading with your heart, even if it got crushed along the way. After you've healed from whatever this situation was, you will be able to move forward with your heart, and things will start getting better. You will start attracting more beautiful things that are actually worthy of you. I do think it's significant that we have 2 reptiles here, so there might be something about reptiles and the shedding of skin, possibly. But know that there is a better future coming for you. We also saw that your vibration is very infectious, and you can really change up the energy in a room. After you've healed, you will get that glow back. You will have your energy back. You'll feel better, and you will be able to just draw in so much more beauty. But first, you just need some time to retreat, to spend some time possibly by yourself, and just get yourself back to possibly who you were before, or just get yourself back into the right energy, because I feel like you're feeling a little bit off. You're feeling disappointment. You are feeling hurt. maybe a little bit low in general. But once you healed from that, good things will be coming, and you're moving into a lot brighter energy. So let's move on and take a look at some tarot. For the tarot, I have 2 questions that we're going to ask your pet. So the first question is, what is your owner doing that's helping them out at this moment? So what should you be doing more of, or what's really helping you out at this moment? And the next question is, what should you be doing more of? What's something that might really benefit you? So the first question we have is, what are you already doing? What does your pet see that you're doing that's actually really helping you out? Okay, so we have this big stack, but I'm only going to take the top one. There we go. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. So we can see this knight, this beautiful panda, looking up at this pentacle, which I feel like it could be like a beehive or something like that. You're just peacefully having a look at this thing without disturbing it. So the message that I'm getting here is more so that let everything happen around you. Try and stay calm yourself. Take things slow, and maybe just really marvel at the world. How do you say that? Like, take a walk in nature and just observe the world. Observe life. Take things slow. Don't feel the need to start stirring the pot. Don't agitate things. Don't interfere. Like I said, just take a walk, maybe even on the beach, and just be still. Be present. And yeah, just be still and present, and just let the messages come to you. Let things come to you. There is no need to reach. There is no need to ask. There is no need to like try and pull things towards you. You will attract things naturally. But there is some need for quiet and for letting things come to you. No need to force things. Let's get the message of what you might need to do more of, or something that might be helpful according to your pet. Whoops, sorry, bumped into the camera. So let's take a look. Is there anything your owner should be doing more of? Something that might be helpful on their journey at this moment. So I don't know why I'm hearing rest in my mind, but I haven't even got a card yet. But yeah, I'm just saying what I hear. Rest. Rest might be significant. Yeah, we have the Hanged Panda, which is the Hanged Man. And again, we have these beautiful fireflies in this picture. Which goes well with those flagellates that are in the sea. But the Hanged Man, I said, rest. The Hanged Man is a card talking about, like, that pause. You need to have this pause. And if you're patient, things will turn around for the better, and you will be able to move forward again. So I do think that there is a lot of power in the pause. There is a power in being still and looking at things from a different perspective. As you can see, the panda has a different view because it's upside down, right? So you might need to look at things in a different way. Like I said, I think I've talked about this already, right? Like, this loss that you're dealing with, it wasn't a loss, it was for the better. So maybe that's what this is about, like realizing that although it's very painful, although it hurts very much, even though it wasn't something that you wanted, it's the opposite. It was something you really longed for and you didn't get, or something that you lost. Just knowing that you got what you needed, not what you wanted, and that it's all for the better. This is what you got because universe is protecting you, because you deserve more. just having that perspective would change a lot for you. I think that it would get you out of a victim mentality and into your power again. And I feel that that's very important at this time. So that's the message that we got right here. To end off this reading, I have a stack of postcards, and I want to ask your pet to show us what postcard they would send you if they could. These also have like quotes and messages, so it might be very cool to see what they would send you if they could. So we have a stack of cards, and I feel like it's the bottom and the top one. I always get the bottom and the top one if there are multiple cards. So let's take a look. So the first one is, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it, Beyonce. So that song might be quite fitting. I'm feeling a little bit of a sting. Like, this might really be a little bit of a nasty comment about, like, if they really liked you, they would have made it work. Like, or that maybe they let you walk away, right? Like, if they really would have liked you, they would have. I think that's the message here. If you were this great asset to them, you would have gotten the job. Maybe with the job situation, it might be that you have quite a strong personality and they felt like, this is very, very specific, by the way, they wouldn't be able to mold you like they could have molded other people, and that's why you didn't get the job. Just know that that's for the better, because you have this personality and you shouldn't let other people change you just because it's to their benefit. So that's one. And we also have life is a, I'm not going to say that, but you can read it, right? By Anonymous. So yeah, sometimes life sucks. And I think that for you guys at this moment, it sucks. But know that better things are on the horizon once you've healed from this situation. So that brings me to the end of the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope I'm not being too harsh, but I feel like this is mostly your pet's energy, so I think that it should be fitting. If you like the reading, I'd love to get a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. I'd love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.